Hey, it's Bill Van Loo. Today I want to share some of the artist presets that I've made for Stream by Delta Sound Labs. Stream is an innovative granular processing effect that you can use for live performance or inside your production environment. I want to take you through some of the presets I've made and show you how you can use them for sound design and live performance. Check it out. The first preset I'd like to show is my 16th note grain delay. In this example, we're going to use Stream as a pretty straightforward delay, but it's going to add its own character. So here you can hear a little bit of the dry track. This is a pretty simple arrangement of drums, bass, and a keyboard sound. And here comes the 16th note delay, first off just on the main drum sends. You can see that Stream is set to sync to the tempo of the host and that it's set to 16th notes for the grain size. Here's what that sounds like on the keys as well. So you can tell it's acting like a delay, but it's also got its own unique granular thing happening there as well, which I really like. Next, I'd like to show the preset I called Faux Time Stretch. This is a really evocative of some of the early samplers and some of the digital manipulation that you could do with those. So here's that same track. And I'll go ahead and start Stream off on the drum mix so you can hear the time stretchy effect that it has. Bring that up on the keys as well. And this is one where you can really influence the sound by playing with the grain size as well. If I take the record off, we can see what happens here. Have a lot of fun emulating some dynamic time stretching by playing with the grain size, either by using the mouse or mapping that to a MIDI controller. Once Stream has captured that in the buffer, it really is just ours to manipulate. Next up is a preset I call Fuzz and Fizz. Let's hear the basic arrangement and then hear what that sounds like on it. I'm going to start by putting that on those keys. This sounds especially nice if you drive it even a little bit harder. And of course, you can play with the grain size. It's synced to the host tempo right now. If you bring that a little bit further down, you'll get a different effect, of course. You can hear what that sounds like on the drum mix as well. Next up, I'd like to show the grain tremolo preset that I designed. I really like tremolo as an audio effect. I think it has a certain warmth and motion that it gives to sounds. So here's the basic arrangement, stripped back with just bass and keys. Those keys are pretty static at this point. There's a little bit of modulation going on in the filter, but let me bring up Stream on the send and you can hear what it sounds like with that tremolo effect happening. I love the subtle kind of tremolo-y effect that it gives on these keys. Changing Stream to work as an effect just on that keyboard channel gives a nice sense of how the tremolo affects just that channel. I'm going to pull the mix back a little bit so you can hear some of the dry signal in there as well. Using this preset lends some really lovely trails at the end of the sound especially. Here's the stereo spread preset that I designed for Stream as a way to give some additional ambience or space to a sound. Here's just the keyboard sound soloed from this track. It's a nice sound, it's got some chorus and depth to it, but it's pretty simple in terms of the stereo image. Dialing up some of the Stream effect really widens that out and thickens it up. You can hear what that sounds like on the drum mix as well.